driving down the I-15 to a rally for a progressive radio station, a commercial station. It's owned by a conservative group. The rumor and the threat is that the owners are going to change it to a all sports format. And there has been a kind of interesting surge of support for the station that is manifesting in a protest this morning. We're on the way to that protest right now.
Great crowd. Thanks to everyone for turning out and showing your love for KLSD, AM 1360, Progressive Talk Radio. It is a good crowd. It's a star-studded crowd. We're joined by Marjorie Cohen out here, of course, professor from the Thomas Jefferson Law School, president of the National Lawyers Guild, regular guest on your show, been on my show, new book, Cowboy Republic. I think I got all the teases in. Marjorie, thanks for coming out and supporting the rally. What brought you out?
Well, what brought me out was I just happened to be reading James Madison's Federalist Papers, and he said that a democracy can only survive when people have the access to information. And the problem is that if this station goes under as the only progressive radio station in San Diego, the only information the people of San Diego are going to have access to is the Bush administration's information.
The terrific voices in San Diego. Who knows what's what? One of the voices we'd like to keep bringing you. I tell you, a lot of love out here, a lot of positivity, Stacey.
Excuse me, why are you here today?
I am here because I love Air America and I love 1360, and I can't live without it, and I want to see it live on.
Why am I here?
Yes.
To take my country back. I think it's important. We're at a tipping point right now, and if we don't do something, we're going to lose everything.
So I want to save this radio station so I can keep my sanity. I listen all day long, so I listen to all of the different shows. I like Stacey a lot. I really like radio.
This station talks about the real problems in America. Our constitutional rights are being walked all over. The war in Iraq, bigger problem. Being in other countries. This station is the only one that mentions stuff that isn't normally covered in other media. It's amazing stuff that you hear on this station you don't hear on the regular media.
This radio station needs to stay alive.
To show my support for KLSD Radio and Liberal Talk, Progressive Talk, very much in need of this community here.
KLSD. Without it, we don't have any news.
Why are you here today?
I'm here today because I need to have a station that speaks with my voice. I can't go back to the darkness. It's too dark back there without him.
I feel that in San Diego we don't get enough diversity of expression and different viewpoints. I think the media has not covered the events that are happening in Washington, D.C. on a daily basis. It's basically just lacking information, and what information we get has been filtered and directed by people who own certain companies.
Bob Bollinger is the general manager and president of this particular cluster, as we like to call it here, sort of like a cluster bomb. Cliff Albert is the program director of all of the AM radio stations. There's a gentleman by the name of Brad Samuels, who I believe is the vice president of marketing and sales for this radio station. The gentleman I just mentioned, Pascal Ferrari, you can find him, and I'm sure you can find an email address for him. The Mays family and everybody else back in San Antonio who are connected with this, and people that I can't even think of. If you folks are union members, I know there was some word put out amongst the unions to get out here and do this today. Talk to your shop steward, make sure that somehow this gets circulated, because this can't end today. I really appreciate all the people coming out here today. This is just absolutely more than I think anybody upstairs even imagined. But this, keep it going, keep pushing, make the phone calls, make the emails, keep doing this, all right? Keep the movement alive, people.
I'm here to support keeping the station with the format it's at. We've already got five sports talk shows and 4 conservative talk stations. We don't need to lose the only progressive talk station in the city.
Not only free speech, but the ability for information to come our way from our government. If we don't have that access to that information, what do we have? Stalinist America?
And what other media do you use to get your information?
1360 is the main one right now. That's the only one I can really have a little bit of heart in. The rest of the stations in San Diego, a little here, a little there. But this is, I think, where I get the true story.
So 1360, it tells us what's going on.
And I also believe 1360 is the best radio station on the air. It's the only thing I listen to, and they speak the truth.
I'm here because I support KLSD Progressive Talk. I think it's an absolutely critical station for us to have here in San Diego.
Good morning.
Hello there.
And why are you here today?
Because KLSD has been a part of my life for 3-4 years now. I have it on every radio. Really, I feel like a part of the community.
Stacy was saying, it's a revenue decision.
Look, I'm going to go around to some of the people that want to give Cliff a piece of their mind, all right?
I just have a question. If we have the ratings and the listenership and the revenue, we're taking care of the advertisers, why is this happening to us?
The ratings, I'll give you the answer. I mean, if the ratings were higher and if the revenue was higher as a result of it, we wouldn't be here.
I was listening 5 hours a day, at least, Monday through Friday, and 3 to 7 on the weekends. But the signal is so bad in the last month, what's happening there?
Most of the AM 1360 signal is not the strongest AM signal in the market, and but it is very strong in the 80% of where the people live in San Diego County. We're as strong as any other AM station. I'm just telling you that's the way it is. But, no, it is not as strong as other AM stations.
How many of you people out there have trouble sometimes listening?
And San Diego's the second largest market in California. If you increase to 50,000 watts, North County, there's a lot of progressive communities out there that just can't get the signal. I mean, we'll support the station.
Do you feel, just in theory, that the format changes and then they increase the power of the radio?
I just have one comment to make. You said, Mr. Albert, a little while ago, you said that you were surprised at the size of the crowd. If this were not a Monday morning and people didn't have to go to work, there would be 10 times as many people.
Oh, absolutely.
It's important that the people at this station realize that the city of San Diego is not primarily conservative. It's primarily progressive and Democrat. And we are the base that supports this station.
Boys, believe me, Clear Channel, as any other business, Clear Channel, any other business is interested in one thing: increasing its revenue to the shareholders.
I'm here because I really love KLSD. I live up in Orange County. I went to San Diego State, and I just really appreciated this radio station when I drove down to school every week, twice a week, and I really think it's a great public service and a great station, and I really think we need it.
It's another person you might want to contact.
Ma'am, why are you out here today?
To support KLSD and Progressive Talk Radio.
John Elliott and Craig Elston.
This is our only voice in San Diego. If it goes away, I'll have to get XM or something. This is free. It's supposed to be our airwaves, so I'm here to support Stacy and Craig and Scooter and all the rest of us that want Progressive Talk in San Diego.
Protest.
Thank you.
Decision by this company. You know they're showing a little courage.